Good morning. How you doing? Welcome again to the urban allotment plot. It's a nice Saturday morning. Let me keeping you up to date now. I hope you all are okay out there. As per usual, I say to you, this is part of what I'm setting up for you to be involved with, but at the moment the plot isn't quite ready. I'll show you a few clips again of the plot, and we still haven't done nothing. We haven't got the dig in or anything at the moment, but I've brought you to my polytunnel on the last clip you see, and I planted some seeds, and we'll continue, and we'll see what's up, and we'll see what we're going to do today. Okay, yeah, we're here. I've still got the camera in my hands today, and we'll see if anything did come up, and it is very wet. I had this cover over that, and we did plant a few things, and I can see not much has happened. I don't know if it's too damp or what, or it's too late to come up, but we'll have a look. Okay, a bit closer, because last time we planted some spring onions, and that was in that area across there. I think I can see something coming up there. Yeah, but I'll leave the top off this time. It's slowly, I said, I kind of decided that's going to be kind of nursery bed, but I'll bring it a bit closer. Yeah, that's the spring onions along there. As I said, I've labelled it spring. But what I did, I had a line going from one end of this bed to the next. And then in line again, I had some lettuce. And look at that, beautiful. But only one lettuce. Now, again, I had the line through. Don't know if it's a bit too warm. Don't know if we've got any weeds yet or so. But as I said, I won't be putting back on the covered on this time. Because it was quite moist, but it's been about right kind of temperature. I don't think I need to put it on again. I'm not too sure, but I'll let it breathe, and then I'll make a decision before I leave today. But the weather's been quite nice, so it's not too bad. Nothing on the parsnips at all in that row down there, although if I look closely here, no, nothing at all. Oh, yeah, a one-off broccoli. Yeah, okay, no parsnips came up at all. I've got here one broccoli, a Calabrese broccoli, and that's come up nicely. It's coming up, so that's good to see. And then the Swiss chard, I can see the Swiss. That's definitely come as the Swiss chard. Do I know if there's any weeds here at all? I'm not sure. I'm hoping they're not, but I'll have to just wait till they grow a bit more and then separate them if it is. And then I got red onions, and on that row of red onions, I think I have two. Again, I'm not too sure of these red onions at all. See, this is where my experience doesn't go that far, which I always could do with your help out there. To guide me, you know, I could be looking at weeds. I'm not too sure. I've got to wait till they get a lot bigger to identify what is what. But yeah, it's not as much as I expected. Wanted more, but that's what we expect. We've just got to see how it goes along. And just decide how we intend it to be. It may be too warm. I'm not even too sure of the covering, but like I said, I'm just having like a nursery bed, and I can move them wherever I need to move them. Then I shall go on from there. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I haven't really decided yet, but I'm going to take a break. As you see, some weeds are coming up now, and if you identify the weeds out here growing up, I said you can actually identify the weeds if there's any weeds in here as well, which there may be a few weeds as well. But one of the things I learned is that seeds, no matter how much you try to make sure that they come up, they don't always come up. So that is a problem that we do have with crops, whether they're going to come up or not. So I do sometimes pick up seed, I pick up starter. A lot of people might say, oh, you know, always use seeds, but it doesn't always come up. They don't come up all the time. Sometimes the seeds are too old, or they're not good, or they're not in the right ground. Maybe the ground's a bit too moist, or too, you know, too much. Maybe I need to change that up. And that's a lot of thoughts that I decided I'm going to do this year. Just consider what kind of ground level. I have a monitor which I'm going to get to see if I'm planting the seeds in the right soil and the right condensate and the right pH. And it doesn't need to be sandy, doesn't need to be whatever. So yeah, we'll move from there. I shall. I'm going to do this bed today, and hopefully I'm going to do some work on the path. So I'll take a break, and then I'll come back to you in a bit while I'm doing the next bed. Okay? Yeah. Right. I'm back. Right. I've got a bit of tidying up to do today on this bed. I want this bed to come alive today as well. So we've got the 2 beds alive. I got some soil, some extra soil today to plant this bed in and try and clear it. But what I'm going to do is to cut this covering so it keeps down the weeds around the plants this time. And it's going to be a bit of a mixed batch in here. But we'll see. As I said, there's lots of weeds. So we're going to come up a bit with that. So let's get this soil in the ground. So, what am I going to plant today? I did say last time I had tomatoes growing over that side. I don't really want no tomatoes growing in here because they grew quite well the last time. But I do want at least one of everything. So I don't want to plant tomatoes back over that area. I want to change the area of the tomatoes. So what I think I'm going to do today, I'm going to use that, but I do think that I'm going to plant one tomato over here today. One tomato plant. And this tomato plant, I've got it started, I got it from B&Q today. And as I said, give it a bit of space this time. But I do want to put some of this down for the weeds, and that's gonna be quite a job to do. What I'll do, I'll get this down and get straight back to you as I continue. Okay, well, I've picked up some plants from B&Q, and I've seen them today. I said I couldn't resist. It's from Verve. It's a lettuce, a little gem. Last year these were very, very nice, and they've started already wonderfully, as you can see. They're all good and moist and ready to pot in. So what I'm going to do, I've got this bed now covered, and I'm going to I've got holes in here already. So it's a bit funny, this is, because the holes for this seems to be very small. I think I rather do my holes myself. So it's very hard for this to actually get in and make the hole. Let me just put this one in. Still got some soil. Just pack it in. What I'll do, I'll try and get all these in now, and then give them a good watering down, and then give you some information about what I've just planted. So there we have the 6 lettuce, the gems. Let me give you some bit of description as to what they are and what they do. These were from B&Q. Full sun height and spread 20 centimeters apart. Grows best in moist, well drained soil. Plant 20 centimeters apart from the pack. Dig a hole big enough so that the top of the root ball is level with the soil. Firm the soil around root ball water well prior to planting, dig in soil, improver and apply general fertilizer. Well, I will not be using fertilizer, which I don't. I've never used it. Anything that's good for the soil is what I normally put in, and that's basically it. So there we go, got 6 of them planted there. I may not intend to keep these here. I said as soon as the urban plot on the allotment is up and running, I will transfer some of these over there. Height is about 60 centimeters, so they come to about that. Could be, if they come very big, can't see them coming that big. And it grows best in fertile, moist, well-drained soil. What I'm going to do with this, it's quite dry, this cabbage is very dry, not wet. And it's a cabbage, serpentine cabbage. May, September growing again, autumn, winter. So I'm going to put those 3 across here, and then the rest I'm going to plant in my garden at home, and hopefully they'll grow. That's the plan going forward with these. So let's put 3 of these in here. I've got them all planted in now. I'm going to give them a good soak. Hopefully they'll soak in. Get some water, give them a good soak in. I said I've left them there because they're not really, nothing's really going to happen because you've got that keeping down the weeds anyway. So I've done my best the way I can. I like it more uniform, but what's uniform when you're planting, really? They'll make their own uniform, you know. So I'll go and get some water. Yeah, I'll keep you informed as I continue and see what happens. But you know, on a weekly basis. But I do want to hear from you. See if I'm actually doing it right. See if I'm not planting right. See if I'm not making a good use of the area. And that should be great. That's quite a lot of water. Don't want to overwet them. And that should keep them. Got a good temperature inside here. I'll just turn you over towards where I am at the moment. Some of the area over here that I'm going to concentrate on in a bit. As you see, some weeds are growing up there already. And there's a quick dig up preparation. This is a traditional Alicante, A-L-I-C-A-N-T-E, tomato traditional Alicante, or Alicante. But for the time being, I hope that you've been enjoying what I've been showing you. Look around, that's what we planted today. A closer look, as we've got the lettuce over there planted nicely, and then the cauliflowers down here planted, and then we have the cabbage. As I said, at the moment nothing much has come up what we planted a week and a half ago. Nothing much has come up there yet. And as I showed you, I just planted the tomato. The only tomato tree is going to be in here, only one. I had about 6 or 7 of them, even 8 of them last year, and they took over. I want the space this way. I want everything to have a space to grow and be able to control. Quick look over there. You can see the grape tree. It's coming up wonderfully, coming up nicely. I planted that last year. As we know, grapes takes quite a long time to grow. All right, nice speaking. I'll speak to you soon.